Hey guys, today we're in the book of Joshua chapter 23. So now that everybody has gone to their land, the land has been divided, everybody has been living, now we come to the conclusion of the book, the last two chapters. And it says in verse 1, a long time afterwards. This has been about 30 years since the land has been divided. So a lot of time has elapsed. When the Lord had given rest to Israel from all the surrounding enemies, and Joshua was old. We're going to find out that Joshua was 110 years old. Well advanced in the years. Verse 3, and you have seen all that the Lord your God has done to all these nations for your sake. Joshua has been working for God for now 70 years. And so he has a lot to recall on. Time with Moses, the time in the Promised Land. And so he's just this remembrance and having Israel remember all that they have been through. Verse 5, and the Lord your God will push them back before you and drive them out of your sight, and you shall possess the land just as the Lord God has promised you. What's interesting here is Joshua is saying, hey, God has given you this land, and he's going to continue to give you this land. He's even going to push back your enemies farther than what they are now. Now, they will have to wait to King David to do this because of their sinful lifestyle that they're going to fall into very shortly. But it is a promise, and God does come through that promise with King David. But Joshua tells them, make sure you may not mix with these other nations, right? Keeping that separation, that Levitical 19, this idea of holy and unholy. Hey, make sure that as you go on, don't let the enemy come in. Keep them separated. Verse 9, for the Lord your God has driven out before you great and strong nations. He's saying, remember what God has done, so that you may have hope in what God will do. Verse 11, be very careful, therefore, to love the Lord your God. Love equals obedience. We've seen this time and time again, right? How do you love the Lord? You love the Lord through your obedience to his word. And so Joshua is telling them, reminding them that again. Verse 13, know for certain that the Lord your God will no longer drive out these nations before you, but they shall be a snare, a trap, a whip, thorns, and they will perish. He's saying, remember Deuteronomy chapter 28, right? If you are faithful, God will bless you. But if you are not faithful, God will not bless you. He will not keep the enemies at bay. He will allow them to come in, and they will snare you. They will be a whip on you. They will be thorns. They will perish. They will cause you to perish. It will be something that will always be after you. The same thing that Moses told them in Deuteronomy. If you love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, your mind, and your strength, he will bless you. If you will not, he will curse you. And Joshua is reminding Israel of that. He says, and now I am about to go the way of all the earth, and you and your hearts and your souls, all of you shall know. Joshua says, I'm about to leave, right? God's second leader for Israel was Moses. Moses left. Joshua is about to die. And so he is giving them kind of the last message of saying, remember the Lord, remember his faithfulness, have hope in his future, in the faithfulness of his future, and to be strong, do not fear, and follow the word of the Lord. And that's chapter 23. Hope that makes a little bit more sense, and we will see you tomorrow in chapter 24. God bless.